everyone, and thank you for watching my real estate stats for May 2020 for the Fraser Valley area. I'm Michelle Cummins, and I'm with RE/MAX Little Oak from the Fraser Valley. So thank you for watching and listening. I'm going to get right down to it and tell you the good news. Good news for everyone. Good news for our BC economy. Sales are up 17% from April. Thank goodness, because they were down 50%. If you saw my last month's video for the stats of April, they were down 50%. I know some realtors who have hung up their license because they just couldn't handle the changes. It has affected us all, right? So we're all in this together. We're all being very cautious still, being very careful. There's not many open houses even happening yet, probably more so in July. I'm doing some, but very cautiously. Nobody can be sick. Gloves and sanitizer, stay 6 feet away, and only up to 6 people in the house at a time. There's a few other things, but still happening because real estate is an essential service, and it's an encouraging sign that prices are up, listings are up, and sales are up, because it's a driving force for our BC's economy, for the economy in general. Real estate sales keep us going, right? It's a huge part of it. So I wanted to talk about buyers. So before we get into prices and what's happening specifically, I wanted to warn buyers that on July 1st, there's some changes happening, and I'm going to talk about it later on after I talk about the stats. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss getting approved before these changes happen, because they will affect you if you have less than 20% down to put on a property. So we'll get to that later. But also, warning, there's multiple offers happening out there. I had a buyer, it was a week and a half ago, 5 different properties. Each time they wanted to write an offer on it, it was multiple offers. Literally 5 different properties, one after the other, multiple offers. What are you going to do? So things, and that's not the only, it's happening out there. So things are some selling for the asking price. So you got to really be on top of it as a buyer, and don't think you're going to, lowball and get a really, really, dirt cheap price on something in the Fraser Valley, which is amazing for equity growth and an amazing investment. Chilliwack for Western Canada is the number 3 best place to invest in all of Western Canada for 2020. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's get right into the benchmark prices for the area. So for all of Fraser Valley, for the detached product, it's at $990,400. For townhouses, it's at $555,000, and for condos, we're at $433,700. So let's talk about how many days it takes to sell a property. So your detached home, it's going to take about 31 days to sell. Once it hits the market running, it's got great marketing, it's priced right, it shows really great, you should sell it within 31 days. That's really good. For townhouses, it's at 36 days, which isn't too shabby, and condos are taking 38 days on average to sell. So that's some news on that. So let's get right into municipality by municipality. I mean, there's 5 municipalities in the Fraser Valley. We are going to talk about Abbotsford first. So detached benchmark prices for Abbotsford now is $803,000. That's up 3% from a year before. Townhouses are up 0.7% at $450,400, and condos are down 1%. So not bad at $317,500. Let's talk about Mission. So Mission's detached prices are up 2% from last year. That's $661,900, and townhouses are at 2.4% higher at $452,600, and condos are down a bit more than Abbotsford, down 2% at $356,200. So Langley, the benchmark price of a detached home, is at $988,700, up 3.9% from last year. Townhouses are up 2.4% in Langley at $556,400, and condos are up 1.8% at $395,500. Now, City of Surrey, let's do all of Surrey. Benchmark price for detached homes at 2.4% higher than last year at $1,061,400. Townhouses are up 2.1% from last year at $566,600, and condos are up 1.7% at $392,400. So that tells you a little bit about those municipalities, and maybe I talk about Delta, because that's the 5th municipality in the Fraser Valley. I don't want to, leave them out. So detached homes for benchmark price in Delta is at 892,300. That's up 2.7% from last year. Townhouses are at 589,400. That's down 7.7%. But there's not a lot of product in Delta. It's not that large of an area. So, condos are up 3.7%, and the benchmark price are $381,900. So I'm going to show you a graph, okay? It's going to show you what we're in right now. So are we in a seller's market, a balanced market, or a buyer's market? So you will see by the graph shown on the screen right now that we are actually dipped into a buyer's market. So we were balanced in April, May, just slightly dipped into a buyer's market. But don't be deceived, everything is still up. So keep that in mind. And the next one I'm going to scroll right now on the screen, or put up on the screen for you, is one of my favorite real estate graphs ever. It goes back to 1971 as far as what the MLS of our Fraser Valley Real Estate Board has tracked it since. So average price of detached homes in the Fraser Valley, we're in the 2nd highest year we've ever been. I keep on saying that, but we are. And so some people get discouraged and this and that, but really if you look at it day to day, if you look at the stats, if you look at really what's happening and not just some of the media that you hear, and you come back to reality. What is reality? And stay strong in that. So you'll see the first year was 2017. That was the highest year we've ever had, and now in 2020 we are 2nd highest year we've ever had. So let's talk about how high we are in the Fraser Valley for detached homes right now compared to last year overall. So we talked about specific municipalities. Now let's talk about overall. So detached were up 2.7%, townhouses were up 1.8%, and condos were up 1%. So that is really good. Okay, so now I want to talk about buyers getting pre-approved. How many times do I say, please get pre-approved? If you're even thinking that you want to buy in the next 3 months, 6 months, I don't even care if it's a year. It's a good idea to know right now, to start the process and know what you can afford and know what you need as a down payment. Because the news is July 1st, if you are going to put less than 20% down, CMHC and the government are changing their rules. Now your maximum gross debt ratio is going to drop from 39 to 35%. That's going to make it more difficult to borrow. Your maximum total debt service ratio drops from 44 to 42. And then your credit score has to be now a minimum 680 rather than the 600 it was before. So these are going to make it very much more difficult. Lastly, if you don't have 5% to put down minimum, you're not going to be able to borrow anymore on your line of credit or your credit card to help towards your down payment. No, they're taking that away. CMHC and the government's taking that away. And so one thing that they haven't yet implemented or said that they're going to implement, but they're thinking of implementing, is raising the minimum down payment from 5% to 10%. Oh, that would be absolutely awful. It's hard enough to save 5%, let alone 10%. So along with all these other requirements that they're changing on us, so I really hope they don't do that. But I want to make sure if you're not pre-approved and you're thinking you want to buy, please go on my website and click that pink tab on the homepage. In less than 6 minutes, you can get approved and it'll give you 3 mortgage options. Please do it. Take 6 minutes. You will be glad you did, because there's more more wealth in real estate there's out there than anything else. You can have a side hustle and have it. You buy your first property, and that's what helps you purchase your first investment property, and then your next one, and then your next one. It snowballs from there. There's more wealth in real estate, as I said, than almost anything else. It's really amazing what you can do once you crack down and do it. And you have that mindset that you want to do it, that you want to be wealthy, that you want to have passive income, that you want to have stabilization, you want to have a good retirement, you want security in your life. Oh, you want a vacation home? Well, that could be your first investment purchase. I just shared on my e-newsletter, and I have uploaded on this YouTube channel as well, buying a vacation property and tips and ideas and strategies to help you purchase a vacation property. Summer's just around the corner, so it's time to start thinking of that. So thank you again for listening, watching this channel, and come back if you want once a month to get on my or view the next one. Okay, I can't talk anymore, so take care. Have a great day or evening whenever you're watching this, and be sure to click on the next video. Okay, bye.